And we say good morning to you. We are live. We thank you for being with us. We're live again, of course, at Champion Chevrolet in the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City, again on this beautiful fall Thursday. And it's show number 617. We're countdown into Christmas. Our countdown is at 66 days, and we are ready to go here. We got lots to talk about here. The obvious would be coming right out of the gate. We're going to talk about baseball with my man right here. He came early today. We like that. Appreciate that. So, boom, let's hit him. And here's Carmichael here with us. Good morning, sir. How are you?
And wonderful today. Beautiful, beautiful. Chamber of Commerce,
Day.
type day, and especially this kind of day in late October.
Yeah, I think I was checking the weather. It's going to change next week. I think we got finally getting some cold weather coming in here, or colder. So, but we'll enjoy what we got while we've got it. And gosh, just jump in here and go. We got lots to talk about. Let's start right out of the chute with Major League Baseball. Coming up, by the way, we got Tiffany Willis going to join us from the Mountain States Foundation. It's time to come back around and buy a ticket for a chance to win a free car from right here at Champion Chevrolet and in the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City, coming up on January 27th of next year. She's going to be along to talk to us. Shannon's going to come by from Hardee's. Gosh, you talk about how fast things move, Carmichael. We're talking, of course, Christmas and the Arby's Classic and all that coming up. Well, also Thanksgiving weekend, got the Hardee's Classic. She's going to come by and talk about that.
I mean, basketball. The NBA started Tuesday night. College, most media days have been the last couple of days in college basketball. I mean, it's here. It's honest. I've always said this is my favorite time of the year sports-wise, because you got the playoffs and the World Series in baseball. You're right in the middle of the NFL and college football season. NHL started a week or two in. NBA started. It's the best time. You got them all going at the same time.
Let's take a look at the American League. Wow. How about these guys defying the odds? Here we go again. They're coming into town up 2-0. They're going back out of town, obviously, not 2-0. So you got to give credit where credit's due. We're talking about the Astros had all the mo. It looks like to me the Yankees got all the mo going back to Houston.
They do. Houston, and what's been the shame for Houston's had some outstanding starting pitching performance. But when they've turned the game over to the bullpen, it's been like throwing match on gasoline. I mean, their bullpen has just fell apart. The Yankees have got great starting pitching. And they've have had the bullpen, and that's been the key. You had the game with Tanaka last night. You had the game with Sabathia earlier on Tuesday night. I mean, just great starting pitching, and the Yankee bats have come alive.
Keuchel, they got to him. Of course, we'll talk about that here in a second. He has been up to this point virtually unstoppable by the Yankees, but they got to him last night. We move in, of course, travel day today, Game 6 tomorrow night in Houston. Luis Severino will go for the Yankees and Justin Verlander to go for the Astros. Again, you look at this football team, look at this baseball team, the Yankees 6-0 in Yankee Stadium in the postseason. Flip side is on the road they're only 1-4, so advantage Houston, I guess. Although the Yankees lead at 3-2, they need one more to close it out. So who really does have the momentum going back to Houston?
I think the Yankees have momentum, but I think you're going to face Verlander. I mean, it's going to go to a Game 7, and in a Game 7, anything can happen. I mean, then you're throwing everybody on your staff out there. I mean, that was what Houston will do. They'll get McCullers, but I'm sure McCullers will be able to pitch. They get the Saturday. McCullers pitch Tuesday night. He'll probably be able to come back a little bit on rest. He pitched an outstanding game. Tuesday just had some bad breaks, especially the bullpen just gave the game up on Tuesday night. But Verlander's that's why Houston made the trade. This is tomorrow night. It's why they went out and took the big contract of Justin Verlander, was situations like this tomorrow night. I look for him to win a Game 6, and in Game 7, it's just anybody's guess.
And the format, of course, is 2-3-2. 2 Houston, 3 New York, and now we go back to the final 2 at Houston at Minute Maid Park. So that move makes the Astro management look brilliant, because they went out late season, picked up this guy's contract, knew what he could bring to the table, and he's doing it. So I guess the Yankees are hoping on the flip side that he will stub his toe like Keuchel did last night. He was okay, but he wasn't a typical Dallas Keuchel against the Yankees. So that's what they're hoping for tomorrow night. You talk about the offense flailing. How about these numbers? The Astros led the American League in runs scored during the regular season, averaging over 5 runs a game. They also led the league in hits, doubles, average on-base percentage, slugging percentage, striking out the fewest, and were second in home runs in the entire league. In the 4 American League Divisional Series games, Astros scored 24 runs while hitting .333 and 8 home runs. Now, you get into this particular series with the Yankees. Through the 4 games entering last night, they were hitting .153 on 1 home run and 9 runs scored. So obviously, I don't know if you attribute that to good pitching by the Yankees or the Astros bats aren't swinging, or a combination of both.
I think it's been good. I think it's been good pitching, especially in Tanaka and CeCe's case. Last 2 times CeCe's went out there to pitch for New York, it's been like the old CeCe Sabathia from 10 years ago. I mean, in the division series against Cleveland, and then the game Monday night, he was just simply awesome. And to be able to, and he lasted both those games, in Sabathia and Tanaka's games. They both went a long way. That's able to save that bullpen, and the bullpen has been the strength of the Yankees. I mean, they've got 4 or 5 guys down there that can shut you down. I mean, the move they made to get Tommy Kahn from Chicago at the All-Star, or right around the All-Star break. People kept thinking, well, it was Todd Frazier was who they were trying to get, the main piece. Well, yeah, he hit the home run the other night, but Kahn has just been outstanding coming out of the bullpen for New York.
We're talking to Carmichael. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. Again, we're winding down the month of October. We're going to tell you about some great deals. Of course, anytime you're looking for a truck, this is the place to come. It's the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Nobody sells more vehicles and trucks than Champion Chevrolet from Memphis to Mountain City. We'll tell you all about, again, the specials they've got going on. They got a lot of 2017s. They got to clear out of the lot, so they got a lot of those on sale. And we'll tell you all about that coming up here in just a second. Tanaka, 7 scoreless innings, allowing 3 hits, a walk, and struck out 7. So they got exactly what they wanted from the starting pitching last night.
He is, and at times he's always thinks of himself as being an ace in that New York rotation, and he pitched like it last night. He's got just great stuff and gave the Yankees a boost.
Keuchel, we told you they got to him. He went 4 2/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, a walk, but he struck out 8. But again, they got to him, and again, did not have anything like in fact, in 6 regular season starts in his career against the Yankees, he has a 1.41 ERA, 45 strikeouts, and 44 innings of baseball. 2 complete games and a shutout going into the game last night. Obviously, as we said, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. So they got to him, and as a result, the Yankees again take a 3-2 lead into Houston. Unbelievable. We gave the stat earlier in the week. When you're down 2-0, 84% of the time the team up 2-0 goes ahead and sweeps it, or at least certainly wins out. And so the Yankees, like they did against the Indians, Carmichael, they're defying the odds.
Same thing. They did the same thing. Lose the first two on the road, come home in the Cleveland series, won the 2, and then went back to Cleveland for Game 5. Now they've won 3, but it's going to be a tough task. Justin Verlander is one of the best pitchers in the American League over the last 15 years.
So that comes up tomorrow night. So on the other side of the coin, the National League, the Cubbies stay alive. They beat the Dodgers 3-1 in Game 4. Again, Dodgers now lead the best of 7, 3-2. Chance to secure the pennant coming up on Thursday, which will be obviously tonight. Jake Arrieta, 6 2/3, struck out 9 of the 28 batters he faced, issued 5 walks, allowed 3 hits and a run. Probably not his best start, but certainly did what he needed to do to help the team.
They were able to hang on because he gave up 1 run, then then Turner came up in the top of the 8th, hit a home run off Davis. Wade Davis. Davis struggled, had the controversial strikeout. Good Lord, I think Stevie Wonder could have called that one a strikeout last night because the guy swung and missed it by a mile. Joe Madden gets ejected from the game. The Cubs are like let's put the Cubs to like a pro wrestling match. The Cubs are down for a 2 count and barely kicked out at 3. And that's what they're like right now. The Dodgers have just been outstanding this series. I think they're going to win it tonight or when they go back to L.A. on Saturday.
100% of the Cubs' runs in this series have come via home runs, including last night. Cubs saw all the scoring on solo shots. Wilson Contreras, a 491 moonshot. Javier Baez had 2 more home runs, so the Cubs are going long ball to get the runs. But hey, runs are runs, and you talked about the controversy too in that ball game. And then let's take a look at something else.
But home runs are not a way to sustain. That's not a telling. If you can't get runs, especially tonight, you're going up against Clayton Kershaw, and he does struggle in the postseason. But if you can't get on base and try to manufacture runs any other way, you're going to be. It's a struggle for you.
8 o'clock first pitch tonight. Jose Quintana will go for the Cubbies, and again, as Carmichael alluded to, Clayton Kershaw will go for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And so, again, Cubs trying to come back from a 3-1 deficit. Again, very much still, I would think it's all advantage
I think
Dodgers.
it's Dodgers. I think it's as bad as I hate to say that, because if you're a Reds fan, the first team, especially is when you're as old as we are, you learn to hate with the Dodgers. The next team are the Cardinals.
Yep. There you go. Back when I was a kid, I went to Riverfront several times with my father and went and saw. I can almost give you the starting lineup for the Dodgers. I saw them so often. You had Garvey at first, Lopes at second, Russell at shortstop, third was Ron Say, Yeager was behind the plate. Outfield was kind of a mixed bag.
Dusty Baker in left,
Reggie Smith in center, or Reggie Smith in right,
and Rick Monday usually in center.
Yep, that was it. And so the Dodgers and the Reds played. It was like Alabama, Auburn. You pick it. It was the rivalry was there. So if you're a Reds fan, you don't like the Dodgers, but again, at this point, they're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, so I'm rooting. Like I said, if Dodgers win, I'll be rooting for whoever comes out of the American League. But the old saying about the Yankees is kind of, if you root for the Yankees, it was kind of like rooting for U.S. Steel back in the day. Or this day, it would be like rooting for Apple Computer or Starbucks. So
it is what it is.
Yes.
All right.
The Reds lineup
Back in the okay. Johnny Bench catch. First base Tony Perez. Second base Joe Morgan. Shortstop David Concepcion. Third base Pete Rose. Left field
Foster, Geronimo, and Griffey across
Griffin
the
right.
outfield.
The Chief Cesar Geronimo, who was the winningest pitcher in the 75-76 team. Who was the big stud?
It was Gullett. You had Don Gullett. You had Gary Nolan.
Jack Billingham.
You had Jack Billingham.
Who came out of the pen?
Raleigh Eastwick and Eastwick was the right-hander, and
Freddie Norman.
Will McEnany was the left-hander.
And Freddie Norman.
And Freddie Norman was like their four-starter.
There you go. How was
who won our locals and called a perfect game for the Reds in '70?
Jeff Reed? Who'd he catch? Tom
Browning.
Tom Browning.
Tom Browning is from went to school Tennessee Wesleyan.
Saw pictures of there, and
He's from
Yeah.
Tom's from down at down below Knoxville, but he went to Tennessee Wesleyan.
Now, this guy right here, when you get into trivia, you just might as well pack it in because this guy knows more. I had a guy watching the show last week. He said, where does he come up with these stats? Because you started off on something about hockey, and you went into somebody's reserves, that came up through the farm system, and I'm thinking, and it's all right up here. I mean, you're incredible.
I mean, back then it was usually the lineup was usually Rose leading off, Morgan hitting second, usually Griffey. Usually at that time it was probably Griffey third, and then it was Perez, Bench, Foster, Concepcion, Geronimo, and the pitcher.
The Chief is always an eighth batter in the pitcher.
Yeah.
So, all right, who did the Reds get in the trade from Joe Morgan?
They got Joe Morgan and Geronimo and Billingham in that deal, and Dennis Menke. They traded Lee May, whoever was playing second on that 70 team, and but they got Dennis Menke though in that trade. He was a utility player.
Mr. Copenhagen, let me just tell you this, because he's off camera, you can't see him obviously, but anytime you want to do trivia, take this guy with you anywhere you go. Music, I'm telling you, he's incredible. When I was on the Bucks, he was my stat guy. I will tell this story to the day I die. I mean, he made me look like $1 million. He would come out with stats. I mean, remember we had the little thing.
You write it on there and pull it up.
Toy Store, you write it, and that's what he used for stats. And he put it in front of him when I was calling the game, and he was coming up with stats. The guy is the best ever right here. Oh, it's incredible. He's incredible. Yeah. So.
I love those on baseball. That was back when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. And what was Jimmy Wynn's nickname?
The Toy Cannon.
Toy Cannon. You got it. So that's good stuff back in the day. So we didn't like the Dodgers.
No, we did not. Even though my father was a Dodger fan and went with my grandfather and saw the '52 World Series between the Dodgers and the Yankees in Ebbets Field, I hate the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. Hate is a strong word.
Strong dislike.
Dislike the Dodgers.
As strong as you can dislike
and have in the last 20 years have started to really dislike the Cardinals. Even though I admire Ken Boyer was a favorite of mine as a kid, reading about him, and of course Stan Musial, but strong dislike of the Cardinals now.
Before we switch gears and get into a little college football, we're talking to Carmichael, who's gracious enough to come a little early today because he's got a prior commitment, and we certainly appreciate him coming. He'll be with us tonight by phone. Again, the top 5 college football games of the week on the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. We're inside the studio, inside the showroom here at Champion Chevrolet. So the managerial hunt is on. You've got, see if I'm right, you got the Red Sox, the Phillies, you've got the Tigers, and you've got the Mets. 2 in each league looking for a manager. I was thinking about this yesterday. Why hasn't somebody jumped all over John Farrell? This guy proved he could do it at the Red Sox.
I don't know if – I think he has proven that, but I think teams would look at him more as a pitching-type coach. I think that may be his next gig in managing or in baseball if he stays will be as a pitching coach. I think they want to give some of these younger managers. I know Joey Cora is one of the hot names out there, even though Ron Gardenhire is one of the names also I'm seeing with the Detroit job and with the Mets job. I mean, there's several of them, some former players involved. Probably a lot of it won't happen till World Series time. You'll see probably next week. You'll see a few of those managerial jobs open or get people to fill them.
Pick and battle time. The OK Corral. Here we go. Let's see what Carmichael can do. Last week he came in second by Mr. Copenhaver. It was pretty dismal for Andy last week. We'll wait till Andy gets here. He's at a meeting, and when he gets here, we'll be sure, because Tim said wait till he gets here to tell him how bad he did. It's pretty competitive between these two guys, and so here we go. The pick and panel. Carmichael finished second last week. We usually do 4 here in house. Andy Dietrich, Mr. Copenhaver, Tim, Kristen Martin, the young lady upstairs is the internet sales. She usually plays. And Carmichael, we finished a solid second behind Mr. Copenhaver. In fact, only missed 1. He was 7. You had 6 right. South Elizabeth in tomorrow night. Who do you like?
Let's go with Elizabeth.
All right. Tennessee High hosting Cherokee. Big game in their conference for the playoff seeding.
Tennessee High.
Taking Tennessee High. The Musket Bowl. Boone Crockett.
Boone. I can't see. I mean, that Crockett, that's like a Dallas Cowboy organization going on down there right now with all the drama and turmoil.
I'm telling you.
Like the University of Tennessee football drama that's going on.
We're going to get into that in a minute too, but yeah, I will say this. I applaud Nick Lingerfeld, the young man who stepped up for no financial gain. He's the baseball coach. They said, can you be the interim football coach for these last 2 games? Assuming, of course, that Crockett will get into the playoffs. Looks like they will. So he's got 2 more regular season games, including the Musket Bowl. As he stated, and he's right, if you don't play and you forfeit your season, then you get into the TSSAA. Remember last year, Unaka forfeited their season. They tried to impose a sanction on the basketball team. Unaka's officials went to Murfreesboro, or rather to Lebanon, and pleaded their case, and reversed it. But that's what could have happened. Lingerfeld said, look, I don't want that to happen to Crockett. I'll go in and be the coach, keep the team going, the season going. They may go out there tomorrow night and get the brains beat out, but I applaud Lingerfeld.
Man, just open up a playbook, run double reverses, and I mean, just do
butt hooks.
Yeah, I mean, why go out there and have any pressure? Just go out there and just play.
Have fun.
Yeah, I mean, let halfback pass. I mean, flea flickers, the whole thing, onside. Opening kickoff. That's what really would throw Boone. If Crockett wins and says, we'll kick off first, we'll defer to the second half, go for an onside kick right off the bat. Just throw everything but the kitchen sink at them.
Well,
why not?
And they really have nothing to lose, quite
Exactly.
frankly. And the bottom line is, let's face it, I'm going to get editorial here, then we're going to move on. Bottom line is, you're in high school. For crying out loud, you should be having fun. Shouldn't be all this stuff off the field. So go out there front tomorrow night and have fun.
And if you're the baseball guy and now all of a sudden, I'm coaching football, man, we're not going to. Do you think I'm going to sit here by the plate? We're going to just throw everything we can do. Send 7, 8 blitz like crazy. I mean, just like the Jerry Glanville blitz where you send the Grits blitz where you send 7 and 8 guys after. I mean,
just have fun.
Just have fun.
Yeah, well put.
We quit, but in high school and even in Park and Rec, we quit. We don't adults don't realize it's all about having fun.
Yeah,
and if they would do that, things would be a lot easier in this world.
Yeah, just have fun. Tomorrow night, Yeah.
Well,
Crockett and Boone, just have fun after all they've been through. Just let them have fun tomorrow. You're taking Boone. Johnson County hosting Cloudland tomorrow night.
Let's go with Johnson County.
All right. And then the last high school pick, we've got Sullivan North at Sullivan East.
Sullivan East.
Taking the East Patriots. All right. College football, your 5 picks, Michigan at Penn State.
Let's go with Penn State tomorrow, or in that game, and that'll be one of the 5 on the tonight.
Southern Cal, Notre Dame.
Another one of the 5, and let's go with Southern Cal.
Okay. Oklahoma State at Texas.
That's another one. We've had pretty good ones. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Mr. Copenhaver's standing over there listening to the picks. Kentucky, Mississippi State.
Another one of them. I'm going with Mississippi State. And
See,
this weekend,
what
though,
makes me feel good is that Carmichael and I don't talk about it, but the 5 he's going to talk about tonight are the
4
5
of
I
them.
picked.
Four.
Well, I've got
four-
one more.
Oh.
Louisville, Florida State.
No, I didn't do that one. I went with Wake Forest and Georgia Tech actually in that league. Let's go with Florida State.
Taking the Seminoles. Okay.
Honestly, this is a great weekend. If it's beautiful outside, and go outside and enjoy it. This is probably the most underwhelming week
what
of
I told
college.
him.
This is probably the most underwhelming week of college football that's so far on the schedule.
That's what I told Tim. It's
You
tough
don't
to pick them. Come up with some.
Yeah, this is like
Next week, got some great ones coming up next week.
you do. This weekend, there is. I mean, there are
Slim
it is
pickings.
garbage. I've lived here my whole life, and when I see that Alabama is a 35-point favorite against Tennessee,
Yeah.
I mean, turn the TV off and go outside and enjoy
And he
it.
very much can cover that easily.
Yes, if he wants to, he
Yeah.
can.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why he wouldn't, because he's still got to keep people happy, too. So, we're talking about Saban. They're a 35-point favorite over the Tennessee football team.
I mean, even in the days of when Bear Bryant coached the team in Tennessee, I mean, if people remember those Tennessee teams in the late 70s, 78, 79, that was some bad football. And Alabama was national champs. And I didn't see a 35-point favorite, in that game. And it's, watch it if you like. If you're a whatever that, I guess it's if you're a sadist or whatever, and if you just like enjoy pain. If you just enjoy pain, turn on CBS about 3:30 Saturday afternoon, because you're going to see all the pain, misery, as Dusty Rhodes would say, all the misery, blues, and agony that you would want to see Saturday about 3:30. Oh, it's going to be it's going to be a tail
Tennessee,
kicking.
I don't think Tennessee has any answer for Alabama. I mean,
No.
if they can't. They got 9 against South Carolina. They struggle to beat UMass. They go to Alabama to take on the juggernaut. Going to be interesting. So Bucks are off this week. Hokies have got North Carolina at Lane Stadium
And
on
that
Saturday
should be,
night.
and that's going to be another mercy. That's going to be another mercy beating as well, because Carolina's bad. I mean, Fedora, you talk about a guy coaching for his job or trying to see. They're 1-5, 1-6. They're horrible.
Yep.
And Virginia Tech should lay the wood to them.
Yep, that'll be a 3:30 kickoff at Lane Stadium. North Carolina is, in fact, got it right here. The Tar Heels are struggling. They are a 1-6 football team. A lot of injuries. Hokies are 5-1. So, a couple of more topics before we let him go. We're talking about our man Carmichael coming up. We got Tiffany Willis from Mountain States Foundation. The Champion Chevrolet about to give away yet another car. Consecutive years, Tim, you've given away a car. How many years you guys have done it? Do you remember? 10th year they've given away a car to the foundation. Incredible. Very, very giving bunch around here. They love to give back to the community, so she's going to be by to talk about that. My buddy Shannon's come by to promote the Hardee's Classic coming up here in a little while as well. Also, Angie will join us a little bit later as well. Tomorrow we're going to be at Max Meadows Mart in Kingsport for the 28th anniversary sale, SALE celebration, all kinds of giveaways, and we can't wait to be over there tomorrow broadcasting live there.
Speaking of giving away cars, boy, there was a lot of NASCAR guys that gave away their automobiles on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They were a little bit wrecked. That was just the last. It was usually it is a wreck fest, but it just seems like it was even more a wreck fest this past Sunday.
There was 3 big ones, not just one, but 3 big ones.
And nobody, and your favorite in the chase, Martin Truex, finishes way out of the pack. Brad Keselowski gets himself in. It's going to be interesting. You got like 8 or 9 guys this Sunday that has to, win to get in. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in Kansas. Usually, this is like a Brad Keselowski or Kyle Busch type race.
Here's your guys on the cutoff. They're going down to the 8 after Kansas this weekend. Right now, would not make the cut would be Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Jamie McMurray. So heat is on for these drivers.
I think Jamie McMurray is finished. Kyle Busch to me would be the guy who possibly can win. Of that bunch could win and get himself in. Kenseth has done well on those 1.5-mile tracks. But look at Busch. Jimmy Johnson's one's got to be scared right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a guy, you know, you're defending champion, just struggling to stay alive in this. But look at little Ryan Blaney. He is just hanging in there and hanging in there and hanging in there, and all he's trying to do is get to that last four. I mean, if Ryan Blaney makes it that last four, that will be the amazing story out of this year's NASCAR season.
On the bubble, between Jimmy Johnson, who's 8th, Kyle Busch 9th, and Matt Kenseth 10th, all separated by only 8 points. There's a total of 9 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series titles.
I mean, that's where your heavyweights are, and you just anything. All it takes is one slip, one wreck.
Yep. And Kansas is probably a tame track compared to a Talladega or a Daytona. However, the heat's on, pressure's on, so it's going to be a big race coming up. On Sunday, it'll be the Hollywood Casino 400. Sunday, we'll talk more about that tomorrow with our buddy Mike Hedrick, NASCAR. All right, we got about 2 minutes here. NBA and the Predators. To start with the Preds.
Preds playing well. They defeated Colorado the other night on Tuesday night 4-1. They
skated Philadelphia tonight.
They're playing the Flyers. The bad news bullies coming to the Music City to play. The Predators lost to them in Philadelphia 2 weeks ago, but playing much better now than they were at that time. I look for the Preds to win tonight. I'll be seeing the Preds on Tuesday. They're playing Calgary in Nashville on Tuesday night. I'm down there for our Tennessee State Recreation Conference. I'm going to slide over from Franklin to Nashville to watch the game. The Warriors, the NBA, the horrific injury to Gordon Hayward.
Mm-hmm.
I was starting to watch that game, had just flipped back to the Yankee game, and my Twitter feed blows up, and I flip back. He's lucky it wasn't worse. I mean, it could have been a career-ending,
pretty gruesome,
a life-altering issue. Now it's just a broken ankle and a leg. His agent says he probably will not be back this year, but, you know, if the Celtics... Now this takes the Celtics from being maybe the second best team in the East to maybe the fourth, maybe the fifth even best team in the East. Now Cleveland should have a cakewalk to the finals. The biggest challenger for the Cavs, I think the rest of this season in the East, will be Washington.
Let's run them down real quick before we jump out of here and go. Last night, NBA winners: Detroit, Indiana, Orlando, Washington, Milwaukee, Memphis, the Hawks, Utah, Portland, and Houston. Phoenix, opening night, worst loss ever in their franchise. They lost by 49 to Portland, and 124 to 76.
And Portland didn't have their all-star shooting guard, C.J. McCollum, as he was suspended for a fight in the preseason for getting ejected from a preseason game. And Portland, playing a star down, still beats Phoenix out last night.
Spurs win last night. My boys 107-99 over the Timberwolves, so they're out of the gate 1-0. National Hockey League, it was L.A. skating past Montreal 5-1. Blues got by to Chicago 5-2, and Toronto doubles up Detroit on the ice 6-3. So
look at and the other night watching the Golden State game, you can tell Draymond Green is definitely, you know, Curry gets the headlines, so does Durant, but the most valuable player, and I've said it for the last few years on that team, is Draymond Green. He does everything. He can score a little bit, he rebounds, he defends, he assists. When he went out of the game with an injury on Tuesday night, Golden State was 17 points ahead.
There you go.
At the end of the game, they get beat at the buzzer. So they cannot lose him. He's leg injury. Don't know if he's going to play tomorrow night in New Orleans. If they lose him for any extended period of time, that would be, to me, as devastating a loss if they lost Curry or Durant.
My man Carmichael's in the house. Appreciate you coming by, as always.
Yes, sir.
Friend.
We'll talk tonight.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet on the Tom Taylor Sports Show number 617. And they said it wouldn't last. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
Truck Month continues at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City with unbelievable savings on a selection of over 500 new Chevys to choose from. 17 Silverado Crew Cab All-Star, $11,000 off MSRP. 18 Equinox, $6,000 off MSRP. 18 Trax, $4,500 off MSRP. 23% off 17 Cruisin' Malibu. 25% off 17 Sonic and Spark LS. Shop us online 24/7 and remember our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Do you like pulled pork? At Phil's, the pulled pork is cooked low and slow. We cook it all night, but we serve it fast. Our pulled pork is hickory smoked, tender and juicy. We serve the pork either as a sandwich on a bun or platter style with garlic toast. And don't forget to try our pork wings. They taste like a cross between ham and our sweet ribs. It comes as a meal, as an add-on, or part of our meat sampler platters. Pulled pork and pork wings. Just two great reasons to stop by Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit off I-26, 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. There she is. There we are. Tiffany's coming up here in just a second. Talk to us about the Mountain States Foundation and the gala where you can win a car again for the 10th year from Champion Chevrolet. We are joined by a young lady. It is hard to believe that we are looking at 66 days till Christmas. Woo!
You got your shopping done?
I have yours done.
Do you?
I bought yours. Yes.
Same thing I got last year?
Yes.
Oh, just a different color.
Different color.
Okay, good.
And a smaller size.
Good. You know, I'm almost done Christmas shopping.
I'm not surprised, really. You really are?
Yes, I am really.
Good. Did you get what I got me last year?
Uh-huh. Different color.
Different
Size smaller because you lost weight.
Because I've lost weight.
Yeah.
She's here. She's my buddy. Love talking to her. She's going to talk about the Hardee's and, of course, more importantly, the Hardee's Classic coming up Thanksgiving weekend. Hard to believe we're talking about it, but it's cycled back around. It's going to be a fun tournament. Tell me about it.
4 days this year. Sometimes we do 3 days. Sometimes we do 4. Just kind of depending on what John Good, the coach over there, can kind of round up. Sometimes he has people that are out of state. I guess they go to those Bahama tournaments or whatever and they can't play. But if he can round up enough, then he likes to do the 4 day, of course. Going down the teams, he has Northview Academy, and we figured out that was down Sevier County way.
County, yeah.
Jefferson County, Morristown East, Volunteer, Sullivan North, Sullivan South, Happy Valley, Unicoi, Daniel Boone, and of course Davy Crockett. That kind of puts all of them that have ever played just about in there, and that should be a super tournament for Thanksgiving week. So it'll be the Tuesday, the Wednesday, the Friday, and the Saturday of the week of Thanksgiving.
Yep. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, of course. Off for Thanksgiving, understandably so, should be. Come back on Friday and Saturday to finish it up. We're going to be broadcasting the Friday and Saturday games, live streaming them here on the old Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page, which we're very excited about. So
that'll be the Shannon and Tom show again.
It will be the Shannon and Tom show.
We'll have lots of people listening because that's the Shannon and Tom show. People wait all year for that.
Yeah, that's when your husband listens, your mother listens, so everybody listens.
Yeah.
They dial in.
We talk about you turning your Christmas lights on, already.
Oh, they're on now?
Well, yeah, how they're already on and things
How
like that.
many trees do you think I have up in my home year round?
4?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
You get that.
Oh, that's
you got it.
Oh, yeah.
4 trees.
You just look like a 4-tree kind of guy, Tom.
Yeah, and so the other night, in fact, last night, I got home and went, boop, flipped on the lights. The mountain lights are up. The greenery's there. It's been there year round. So
Right.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Ho, ho,
Do you
ho.
hang pumpkins from it or hearts or
No,
anything for
no,
other?
no.
No.
It's strictly Christmas.
Strictly
year-round.
Christmas year round.
Yeah,
That's
year-round
good.
Christmas.
You're kind of like that store in Pigeon Forge.
That's it. Year-round Christmas. I love it. Christmas, every day's Christmas, what they tell me. So that's how I try and live it. So this is neat. So you got these teams coming again. Northview Academy. Now, for folks who don't know, that is a spinoff of Sevier County. They've grown so big in Sevierville, they but they built another high school. Northview Academy, Jefferson County, Morristown East, Volunteers, Sullivan North, Sullivan South, Happy Valley, Unicoi County, Daniel Boone, of course, the host school with the Crockett Pioneers. So it's all good, and it's going to be coming up again, a 4-day tournament Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, Thanksgiving weekend. So it's always going to be always is a lot of fun. How many years now? This is the 28th annual.
Because
Hardee's
I've been
Classic.
there 27 years, and there was one I wasn't there, so 28th.
28th annual Hardee's Classic.
Yeah.
So what's going on in Hardee's right now? You got some great specials?
I have great specials. We have right now for breakfast, we have bacon, egg, and cheese, $1.69. It's almost half price.
Gosh.
Well, it actually is almost half price. $1.69, bacon, egg, and cheese. And then we have our All-Star boxes, and you just can't beat our All-Star boxes. Our All-Star boxes are just a complete lunch, dinner, even the afternoon snack. So it's all contained in one box. You get a fry, you get a cookie, you get a drink, and then you get your choice whether you're going to get chicken tenders or double cheeseburgers or hot dogs, and you get two. Some of those, if you're getting chicken tenders, it's just the one, but it's great. It's just all-inclusive little box. Take it with you.
There you go. And those are all Hardee's
All
locations.
Hardee's locations.
So weather's changing a little bit, going to change more next week, but you still sell milkshakes year-round, don't you?
We do. Were you concerned that you couldn't get a
Yes.
Neller milkshake
A Neller,
right now?
like them
And
Nellers.
people, you wouldn't believe, people, when they turn the heat on in their car, or they get kind of warm, they want a milkshake.
Milkshake.
Seriously. They're not usually driving down the road, unless their heater's broke. They're not usually driving down the road going, ooh, give me some hot chocolate or coffee. They want milkshake because they got cold, yeah. So, yes, we have milkshakes. Let's see, anything new? Nothing really new other than the All-Star boxes. That's kind of what we're focusing on right now. Have a Frisco breakfast sandwich that we've always had, but we're kind of revisiting that. It's on the grilled sourdough bread with the ham, egg, and Swiss cheese and American cheese on it for breakfast also. So we're kind of featuring that right now, kind of a hearty sandwich for the wintertime when we don't care what we look like.
We're talking to Shannon Bibbs from Hardee's coming up. We're checking in with Tiffany Willis, the Mountain States Foundation, coming up next in the top of the hour. Let's see. I got, who do I have coming up top of the hour? Oh, got a surprise guest. So I'm not going to announce
Kenny
it.
Chesney's coming?
That's it. Kenny's in the house. So, do you like Jason Aldean?
I do.
Yeah.
Not as much as Kenny, but
Yeah, but you do like, Jason's
I like
okay?
Yeah, he's okay. Luke Bryan is really pretty.
Oh, he's pretty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Luke
He's
Bryan.
like Jimmy Johnson.
Luke Bryan is pretty. Jimmy Johnson's pretty.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is.
There you go. Just never know where we'll go with this lady. This is good stuff. We go from Frisco burgers to Luke Bryan's cute. So
Pretty.
pretty. Not just cute. He's purty. Nice. There you go. Let me think. What else? So I've lost my total train of thought here. We've went down the wrong trail.
Jason Aldean because you were going to go, but now you're
Definitely
not.
going,
And,
definitely going,
yeah,
so
not going to
You'll
go.
just have to do it without me tonight. So, but Luke
Surprise
Bryan.
guest. That's what we were doing. Yeah,
Surprise
surprise
guest coming up in a
guest. That was who it was. And it was Kenny, and I'm just going to sit right here.
Sit right over there.
No, right here.
No, you sit right here.
You can move.
Kenny's
I'm
coming.
going to sit right here.
I'm out. She's in. She's going to stay right here for Kenny Chesney. Okay. The Hardee's
We'll change
Classic.
this sign. It'll say
Yeah.
the Shannon
The
Phipps
Shannon
Show.
Show. The Shannon Show.
It always kind of is when I come.
It is.
It always kind of is.
Yeah. When you come, she just kind of takes over. So
When I
yeah.
wait, in the wings over here, it doesn't ever seem like you're having as much fun with somebody
no,
that's in this seat
no.
as you are with me. So
like
I feel like you just can't wait.
It's like the green room, Johnny Carson. So yeah. But anyway, Hardee's Classic tickets will go on sale when.
I'm not sure. We'll have to see with the school. They usually do sell the 4-day tournament passes, so I'm sure they'll have those on sale. Lisa Bradley, of course, is in the office at David Crockett, so I'm sure if they wanted to give a call over there, she'd be able to tell them that.
Can you come back next week and do this again?
Sure, I'll come back every week. I mean,
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I want you to come back next week.
I'm telling you, one day it's
right
going to be
here.
the Shannon and Tom show.
I'll fix the sign next week if you come back. I'll
Okay,
get
I'm
a
ready to-
Sharpie and put Shannon
Got it.
with an H backwards.
Got it.
Are you coming back next week, really?
Sure, I'll come back next week.
I love
Yay.
her. She's awesome.
I'll try to figure out when tickets are going on sale, how much tournament passes are for the whole thing, and all that. Have a little bit more information. I'll be a little bit more prepared when I come next week. I like I know something about this.
All I know is that Luke Bryan's pretty. That's all. That's all it really matters. Kenny Chesney, she loves him, and Luke Bryan's pretty.
I'm gonna hang around and see if I can win a car.
Thank you, dear. Just give me taters.
Oh, sorry.
There
Thank
go.
you.
I love this right here, by the
Oh,
way.
thanks.
I like that.
That's a Hamrick special. We'll throw
Thank
in a
you.
little Hamrick plug there.
Quick break. Tiffany Willis joins us next. Good way to
Thank
escape
goodness,
out of,
huh?
yeah, it's a good way to pull the plug on this. And we'll be right back as we're live at Champion Chevrolet. My buddy Shannon from the Hardee's Classic on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
It's Chevy Truck Month, Take 2 at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. The savings and selection of over 600 new Chevys to choose from are at an all-time high. 1500 All-Star Crew, $11,000 off. 1715 All-Star Double Cab, $10,000 off. 18 Equinox LT, $5,000 off. 17 Traction Traverse, $5,000 off. Shop us online 24/7 and remember our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
I'm Tom Taylor, and you are
Dave Angie.
And we got coming up, it's a really cool, every Thursday, it's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Get you ready for high school and college football every week. Every Thursday, you're going to be covering what for us?
Be looking at the Big East Conference.
Ooh, that would be Dobbinsville, Science, and all those great football teams in that conference. Doug Fritz will be giving you the rest of the high school football picture every week. Then we got colleges covered. Who are we going to be covering?
We got ETSU. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia Tech.
All those. Carmichael's will be along to give us the big 5 games every week because it is a 5-star football preview show. So hope you'll join us every Thursday right here in the showroom of Champion Chevrolet. Dave and I will be co-hosting the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview. And then on top of all that, we're going to have a picking panel where you're going to match us against you and you against us, and I can't wait because they don't have a chance. You're going to go up against us. We're going to pick against you for some really cool prizes, and they don't have a chance, do they?
No chance at all. It's going to be fun times.
Oh, yeah. Putting toe to what?
Toe to the leather, man.
Toe to the leather,
Ready
man.
to go.
Ready to go. Can't wait. Again, join us every Thursday right here. It's a Maiden Voyage Cool Show, co-hosted by Dave Angie and myself. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview coming up every Thursday right here from Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Can't wait to see you on the show. Champion Chevrolet, and there she is. Let's get her on camera. This is what you call Beauty and the Beast right here.
Oh.
There we go. This young lady's with us. We appreciate her stopping by. Tiffany Willis, the Mountain States Foundation. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
It's hard to believe that's come back around, but we, of course, had her on last year promoting it. We're going to do it a lot between now and January the 27th, but gosh, it's come back around full circle. It's time for another gala, another chance for somebody to win a car.
I know. It is. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Like I said, but yeah, we're excited. And this year there's one change. Obviously the vehicles have changed, but each year the state allows us to sell 3,000, but this year the state is allowing us to sell 4,000.
Oh, really?
So we've got some hefty goal to meet, and hoping that we can do that. That would be a lot of money for the children.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the kids, of course, at Niswonger Children's Hospital. So you sent me an email last year, and I cannot remember who won the car. You told me, and they had a big splash about who did it. Can you remember who won it?
I can't remember her name, but she's a team member with Mountain States and works in the insurance part of Mountain States. And, it's always nice whoever wins, but when it's a team member, it's
a little extra to it.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. It's something, but so our team members really support our raffle. We offer payroll deduction for them, and a lot of them are seeing firsthand. They're on the clinical side, can see what the needs are at Niswonger, and even the outlining hospitals that they're sending kids say they can't treat certain things at Norton or Russell or Smith. They send them to Niswonger because we do serve 29 counties. So the other outlying hospitals are seeing the importance of Niswonger.
Am I right? Again, we're talking to Tiffany Willis here on the screen. Am I right in saying that Niswonger also is a satellite of St. Jude's?
Yes, we're St. Jude's affiliate.
St. Jude's affiliate, they're satellite.
Yep,
okay,
and we're also now part of Shriners.
Awesome. So doing great things here in Johnson City for these kids that cover 29 counties. I didn't realize that. That covers Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and I guess maybe even some Western North Carolina.
Well, no, it's all, they're all in
Tennessee,
Southwest Virginia and Tennessee.
29 counties in 2 states. It matters not where it is because they're doing great things. And you know, as a parent that has a child under the gun, to be able to come local, being local, not have to jump in the car and go to a Nashville or a Duke or wherever the case may be. Not that that's bad, but just from a convenience standpoint, that makes it very, very nice. So obviously we're very pleased that they're here. So are the families, the Niswonger Children's Hospital. Last year we knew some folks, went over to visit some folks that were using the services of Niswonger. Top shelf. I mean, it was, and the folks who were there were, didn't want to be there obviously because their child was sick, but they were very, very complimentary of Niswonger Children's Hospital.
Yeah, we're very blessed. We do have a lot of, on the admin and clinical sides, great staff. And like you said, even traveling to Knoxville, if you're on all the way in Southwest Virginia, that's a long drive to Knoxville. So to come, to save them some time, because some of the kids need to come 5 days a week for treatment. So it's, like I said, we're very blessed on the clinical, admin, and just to have the hospital in general. Tickets are only $50 a piece. 100% goes to Niswonger, and you're buying that ticket, and you could possibly win a new car or cash prize. Do you want me to speak a little bit about the cars?
Absolutely. The cars are, on my glasses, it's a Cadillac ATS, 2018 Cadillac ATS. I think I'm reading that right. 2017 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 double cab, or 2018 Chevrolet Traverse FWD. So that would be the 3 you get to choose from. So this is not a lease. This is not where you get to drive it for a while and give it back. This is theirs.
Right. You get to keep
That's
it.
the coolest part of that. I keep thinking, okay, there's a catch. There is no catch. That these folks give out. Tim said before you got here, it's their 10th year they're giving away a vehicle. So they're always giving back to the community. Obviously, a very, very caring dealership. And people don't forget that when you give. If you scratch their back, folks will come back and scratch theirs and buy vehicles here, and they do. They're the #1 Chevy dealer from Mountain City to Memphis. There's 51, I think Tim said, 51, 52 Chevy dealerships in Tennessee, and they're numero uno. They outsell the Memphis dealerships, the Nashville, all the big cities right here in little old Northeast Tennessee. So they're giving away a Cadillac ATS, a Chevrolet Silverado, or a Chevrolet Traverse, and then also There's
Yes.
3 other ways to win cash.
Right. Yeah. So the grand prize is obviously the car, and then there's 3 additional drawings. The first cash drawing is $2,500 cash. $1,500 is the next, and then $1,000. So, I mean, a car's nice, but obviously, your chances are good. We're only selling 4,000 tickets, so, and you got 4 prizes to win. 4 chances to win something. So chances aren't bad.
I can't cipher that good, but you got 4 prizes and 4,000 mics, so you get a 1 in. It's better than 1 in 4, obviously, your odds. So I'm not going to go any further. I'm going to embarrass myself. But anyway,
I'm not good at math either.
No,
So.
I can't cipher too good. Bottom line is, as she said, $2,500 cash prize, a $1,500 cash prize is 3rd place. 4th place is $1,000. At $1,000 is $1,000 for a $50 ticket. That's pretty good return on your investment. Or, of course, the grand prize is one of the 3 vehicles from right here, Champion Chevrolet. The gala will be happening on January 27th, and that's going to be where now?
That's actually, we've changed it. It's going to be at the venue downtown in the King Building in Johnson City. And theme, we're doing a Roaring Twenties flapper kind of theme, which is fun. We've never done that before. So, and you don't have to be present to win. So you can purchase your tickets on our website. It's www.mshafoundation.org, or you can call 423-302-3131, or Champion Chevrolet has tickets to sell as well. So you've got plenty of different options to purchase your tickets, and the drawing will be the night of the gala, and it will be a fun night. But like I said, you don't have to be present to win.
And again, she made a great point. 100% Champion makes no money off the. I mean, the tickets. 100%. You can buy your tickets here, but 100% of what is sold goes to Niswonger, clear and free, as they say. 100%, and all this goes right back into, I guess, the daily operational of the hospital, right?
Right. Any needs that they have special projects going on. It's theirs. It doesn't even. The foundation doesn't get anything. It's 100% goes to Niswonger.
Use as needed.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever the needs are, that the money's there for them to use it.
Yep. All the proceeds from the raffle sales benefit Niswonger Children's Hospital. This is awesome. So we want you in here. You look up, you say, gosh, January, but here it is, November in a couple of weeks. So we'll look up, it'll be here. So you are welcome to come as often as you need to come. Okay. Bring whoever. Who was the young lady brought last year?
Pat.
Yeah.
She's retired.
She's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
She got a chance to kick back and leave and go on. So
she's enjoying her life and grandkids and spending time. So
I get that.
She's liking it. So we're happy for her. But I can bring back somebody else. I can bring back somebody from Niswonger specifically too, and they maybe could share a little light on the more clinical and then the needs that they have from the raffle proceeds.
Well, I'm here every Thursday, so I'm telling you here publicly on the show, load the wagon, come as often as you want to come, and I'll give you my contact information. Say, hey, Tom, I want to bring Joe Schmo or Betty Schmo or whatever, and let's promote it. Absolutely, the more the merrier, because when these folks give a vehicle for the 10th year, and I'm inside their showroom, then we need to promote them, because that's a very kind gesture.
Oh yeah, we couldn't do this without Champion.
Oh no, they're awesome. Andy and Tim and the folks, and the old saying, how do they do that? They do it because they care about the community.
Yes.
So.
Their
Good
heart's
stuff.
in it. Their heart's in it for sure. So we're very thankful.
One more time, you can buy the tickets here. Where else can you buy your tickets?
Online, mshafoundation.org, or you could call our office. It's 423-302-3131.
There you go. We'll get you back in here very, very soon.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll come back with more. Thanks to Tiffany Willis and Mountain States Foundation. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet. Well, I think we may have Mr. Green get a chance to come over and talk to us coming up next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
Do you need an event catered? At Phil's Dream Pit, we cater for gatherings over 50 people. Weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, company picnics, sporting banquets, to name a few. We can set up, clean up, and of course serve. We also offer value packs that include all the food. You pick that up and serve it yourself. Check out our webpage at philsdreampit.com. That's philsdreampit.com. Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit on I-26, open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we're a phone call away at 423-349-6437, 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
What a nice lady. Tiffany Willis stopped by from Mountain States Foundation. We're live here again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We thank you for being with us again on this Thursday. Coming up tonight, the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. We got Joe Avento. Bucks are off this week, so I'm not sure Joe will give us a preview because they're not playing anybody. They're off this week. Their open date, they've got Wofford next week, which is a tough test. We do have Chris McCall. He'll be with us to preview the Hokies and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Kevin Harmon will join us. Kevin is going to try and analyze best he can what should be a butt whooping, I would think. Alabama 35-point favorite. And so we'll let him preview the Tennessee football preview game with the Crimson Tide coming up at Tuscaloosa on Saturday. Also, Doug Fritz, high school football picks, and also Dave Angie, the Big East Conference, the Region 1 6A, winding things down, week 9 of the high school football season. And then, of course, also Carmichael, the top 5 games of the week. Pretty cool. I picked 4 out of the 5 that he's going to be talking about in depth. Michigan, Penn State, Southern Cal, Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, Texas, Kentucky, Mississippi State. He's also going to preview the Wake Forest and Georgia Tech football game coming up again tonight. All that starting at 6 o'clock right here inside the studio, inside the showroom here at Champion Chevrolet. The Cletus Green created showroom. Look at that. It looks good back here behind us, too. The American flag. Tim came over a couple of weeks ago and said, at Champion Chevrolet, we love America. We will have American flag on the set. I said, absolutely. We got to have American flag on the set. We're all about the USA. So it's all good. We're going to take a break, come right back. We're going to jump in here. We've got my man Cletus Green's going to join us, we think, coming up here in a second. Cletus, you got time? Can you join us? Okay, we'll find out. We'll make a break. We'll be right back. If not, we got sports. We got lots to cover in the next 55 minutes. We'll do that next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
It's Chevy Truck Month, Take 2 at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. The savings and selection of over 600 new Chevys to choose from are at an all-time high. 1500 All-Star Crew, $11,000 off. 1715 All-Star Double Cab, $10,000 off. 18 Equinox LT, $5,000 off. 17 Traction Traverse, $5,000 off. Shop us online 24/7 and remember our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show, Cletus is in the house. Let's see if I can get this adjusted here. See, right. Well, there you go. That's a whole lot better than it was.
There you go.
There we go. It's all about moving the chair. See, Cletus knows everything. Cletus said, well, Tom, I said, I'm still catching the corner of this. Well, Tom, he just looked at me like, move the chair. It's like, okay, never thought of that. That's a novel idea. And it worked. There he is. My man from Champion Chevrolet. Again, your official title is?
New car sales manager.
There you go. New car sales manager. So we got new cars out here, Silverados and Equinoxes and Traxxas and Sonics and Sparks, and jump in there. Where you want to start?
Yeah, I like all of them. Trucks are our bread and butter. That's what we sell the most of. Anything is truck or truck-like. Tahoe Suburbans, Silverados, Colorados. That's what we move the absolute most of. We have some excellent cars. We do sell some cars, but we sell far more trucks at the end of the day. But we have everything from the SS. Got one of those left. That is a car that's going away, but it's a 415 horsepower V8. The one I've got's a 6-speed manual, so it's a fun big 4-door car with a huge trunk. Carry the family. Go race it on the weekend if you want to. And then our, of course, flagship big car is an Impala.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a Malibu. And we drop down to a Cruise, and then a Sonic, and then a Spark. And then, of course, our Tahoes are a big SUV, what we sell the most of, and the Traverses have done extremely well. We do good with the Equinox, which is the next step down. So they're, and then the Trax, which is our smallest little SUV. And then we got to remember we do have Cadillac for the discerning customer that would prefer to go that direction. We've got, the ATS being the smallest car, and then we go to a CTS, and then they have a XTS and a CT6, which is the new large Cadillac, the more traditional to the Cadillac customers, other than technologies over the top. It also has, it's going to be the only car that is fully able to drive itself, and it's going to be a real deal when they come out with that, and it's on its way in the CT6. We got the Escalade, which is the flagship, and they are suburban Tahoe size, length, have more options, a little larger engine, and then the XT5, which is the small Cadillac SUV, and do good with those as well.
Talking to Cletus Green again. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet inside the studio he built. He and Chris Bird, primarily Cletus, but Chris helped out, I think, and so we can't thank him enough. It's really sharp here. We like it. Inside the studio, inside the showroom here at Champion Chevrolet. You mentioned the trucks. Since last week, we were here, of course, last Thursday for both shows. So since then, you've moved several trucks out of here, and you've moved lots of different things. I know last week it was what was it they said they sold when I was here? It was a Hellcat, a Dodge Hellcat, is that right?
Yep.
Like 800,000 horsepower car, and you moved that one, and there were several you moved here last Thursday when we were here. So what have you moved since then?
And they traded in the Challenger on the Hellcat Challenger, and we've sold it to a customer in Maryland.
Gone.
So we don't care how far away they come to get them, as long as they come to get them.
Cletus told me that the local service area that they consider is from Roanoke to Knoxville. That's considered local here at Champion Chevrolet, and that's, of course, 3 hours to Roanoke and an hour and a half, I guess, to Knoxville, depending on traffic. So you just take that circle and draw it. So you move those. What's some of the other vehicles you moved since last Thursday?
Well, we have sold a couple Camaros. We sold a couple Equinoxes. Sold Colorado to a nice retired nurse today, so it's just
mixed bag.
Just a mixed bag of everything. A lot of used. We moved some used inventory. We've had a good, some good options in used. A lot of times we'll end up with 100, but we'll end up with a lot of like vehicles. A lot of used trucks and a whole lot of this. But right now we're a little more mixed up. We've got everything from BMWs and Toyotas and Hondas to we traded for one of the Hyundai Genesis, which is their large car. I haven't been in it, but they say it's a pretty luxurious little car for a used car, and supposed to compete with the BMW and Mercedes, they say.
Oh, really? The Hyundai
Genesis.
Interesting. We're talking to our buddy again, Cletus Green. So you've got the 2018 Equinoxes, $6,000 off MSRP. Give me the selling features of an Equinox. Am I saying it right?
Equinox. Well, you have 3 engine choices: 1.5 turbo standard, 2.0 turbos the option, and you also can get a small turbo diesel in the Equinox. So for the people that prefer diesel fuel, and all 3 do excellent on fuel mileage. They all 3 pull the vehicle extremely well, ride, drive, handle great. Some people would like to have that little extra power, so the 2.0 or the diesel would get there. The 1.5 is more than enough for the car to go down the highway and pull good with the air on and climbing a hill. It doesn't have any problems at all. The diesel is going to be really torquey. We've had those in our Cruze and the Colorado, and this is going to be in that same category. It's going to have a whole lot of torque to pull down the road.
Bang for your buck.
Yeah,
got it. So they got those on sale, $6,000 off MSRP. One more I want you to touch on before we get out of here is a 23% off the 2017 Cruzes, CRUZEs. Selling points of a Cruze.
Well, great gas mileage, very low upkeep as far as expense to keep it up. Oil changes, we don't have a lot of problems out of them. They service well, which is a big plus, because a lot of people, they look at the payment, and if you're a payment buyer and you buy something that costs a whole lot to keep up, you didn't really come out so good in that deal.
Exactly.
If you get a reasonable payment and you don't have to do very much to keep it going, you come out pretty good.
There you go. Size-wise, where's the Cruze fit?
It's considered a small car. It's in the Civic. We got Toyota Corolla. It's in that size. That's the competition for it. It has more standard features than most of its competition, so it's a big plus. The equipment that you get, OnStar, and of course GM warranty, things like that.
23% off a 2017 Cruze right now here at Champion Chevrolet. Of course, Tim always says, leaving you asking, how do they do that? And so truck month continues here at Champion. And so here on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. And again, the website. Tell us about the website.
www.championjc.com. And you can go there and you can shop, middle of the night, middle of the afternoon, whatever's convenient. If they lay you on the computer at work, you can do it while you're working. Pick you out a car. If you call in, talk to one of the salespeople, get the information. You can send a lead straight in through the internet as well. So you can talk to them. You can get everything done. All you got to do is come sign your name and go home. So we can really speed the process up if that works better for your lifestyle.
There you go. It's awesome. Again, as I've told you many times here on the show, I'm a proud Card King member of a used vehicle here. I've had it for 13 months. Love it. Haven't had the first moment's trouble other than just basic maintenance. Things needed to be tires, and I had to put a battery in it. That's okay. But other than that, the thing runs like a scalded dog, and I love it. Good stuff. Good job.
We like happy customers.
Oh,
That's our biggest goal always, is to make sure that people are satisfied with what they bought and they're happy with it. And in the big picture, that's matters more than anything else that we can accomplish.
Yep. And it works. That's why they're the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. My man, Cletus Green, thank you as always for coming by here, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
Thank you, Tom.
Yep, quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk more sports here. We're live at Champion Chevrolet on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
Truck Month continues at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City with unbelievable savings on a selection of over 500 new Chevys to choose from. 17 Silverado Crew Cab All-Star, $11,000 off MSRP. 18 Equinox, $6,000 off MSRP. 18 Trax, $4,500 off MSRP. 23% off 17 Cruze and Malibu. 25% off 17 Sonic and Spark LS. Shop us online 24/7 and remember our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Do you like pulled pork? At Phil's, the pulled pork is cooked low and slow. We cook it all night, but we serve it fast. Our pulled pork is hickory smoked, tender and juicy. We serve the pork either as a sandwich on a bun or platter style with garlic toast. And don't forget to try our pork wings. They taste like a cross between ham and our sweet ribs. It comes as a meal, as an add-on, or part of our meat sampler platters. Pulled pork and pork wings. Just two great reasons to stop by Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit off I-26, 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
I'm Tom Taylor, and you are
Dave Angie.
And we got coming up, it's a really cool, every Thursday, it's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Get you ready for high school and college football every week. Every Thursday, you're going to be covering what for us?
Be looking at the Big East Conference.
Ooh, that would be Dobbinsville, Sciencefield, all those great football teams in that conference. Doug Fritz will be giving you the rest of the high school football picture every week. Then we got colleges covered. Who are we going to be covering?
We got ETSU. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia Tech.
All those. Carmichael's will be along to give us the big 5 games every week because it is a 5-star football preview show. So hope you'll join us every Thursday right here in the showroom at Champion Chevrolet. Dave and I will be co-hosting the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview. And then on top of all that, we're going to have a picking panel where you're going to match us against you and you against us, and I can't wait because they don't have a chance. You're going to go up against us. We're going to pick against you for some really cool prizes, and they don't have a chance, do they?
No chance at all. It's going to be fun times.
Oh, yeah. Putting toe to what?
Toe to the leather, man.
Toe to the leather,
Ready
man.
to go.
Ready to go. Can't wait. Again, join us every Thursday right here. It's a Maiden Voyage Cool Show, co-hosted by Dave Angie and myself. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview coming up every Thursday right here from Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Can't wait to see you on the show. Come out and enjoy them, and so we would encourage you to do that. As you see right here in the backdrop, Champion Chevrolet inside the studio. As Cletus was saying during the segment, 25% off the Sonics, 2017 Sonics, and the Spark LS is 25% off. So right out of the chute you walk in these doors here on the Bristol Highway Motor Mile, it's a fourth off the sticker. 25% off all 2017 Sonics and Spark LSs. Also, as we said, 23% off all the 2017 Malibus. So that's another great savings. They're all great savings, again, as the truck month continues. And, of course, the big truck we always are talking about is this month, the Silverado Crew Cab All-Star, $11,000 off MSRP when you walk through these doors here at Champion Chevrolet. And, of course, thanks to Tiffany Willis coming by, promoting where you can come in here and buy a $50 raffle ticket. And 100% goes to Nicewater Children's Hospital. The event's coming up on January 27th. Doesn't matter when it is because you don't have to be there to win. Again, it's going to be at the venue in downtown Johnson City. But you can win from Champion Chevrolet. They're giving, flat out giving, a Chevrolet Traverse, 2018 Traverse, a 17 Silverado 1500 double cab, or 2018 Cadillac ATS. So any of those three for a $50 ticket. Of course, more tickets you have in the bucket, the better chance you have to win. And as Tiffany said, the state has allowed them to sell not 3,000 but 4,000 tickets this year. So still, you have a chance to win that, and then 3 cash prizes: $1,000, $1,500, or $2,500 cash prize, plus the new car or cash prize. You really have 4 chances to win out of I don't know how you figure out those odds. Andy could do that for me, but if you have 4,000 entries and you have I guess a 1 in 4 chance. Yeah, I guess that's how you do it. 1 in 4 chance out of 4,000. It's pretty good odds. So anyway, it's coming up. And that will be on January 27th. The tickets are on sale here again at Champion Chevrolet in the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City. What else happening in sports? Let's take a look at University of Louisville says enough's enough. The Board of Trustees voted yesterday to terminate the contract of Athletic Director Tom Jurek 2 days after basketball coach Rick Pitino was, on a unanimous vote, ousted at Louisville. The board voted 10-3 to fire Jurek, who, with calls in the wake of a recruiting scandal uncovered by the FBI that has rocked college basketball, including Louisville, and continues to send shockwaves through the sport. In the FBI's findings released last month that implicated 4 college basketball assistant coaches and a total of 10 people, Rick Pitino was identified as Coach 2, as an individual who took part in funneling $100,000 with the help of Adidas to the family of 5-star prospect and current Louisville freshman Brian Bowen. Neither Louisville nor Pitino was explicitly named in the findings. However, interim president Greg Postel later confirmed the school was part of the ongoing probe into corruption within the sport. Drake was placed on administrative leave. Of course, he was fired yesterday, ending a 20-year run with the University of Louisville. National Hockey League All-Star Game has been somewhat of a shape-shifting beast over the years. They're now talking about canceling the National Hockey League All-Star Game in the future. The NHL and NHL Players Association are discussing the possibility of getting rid of the All-Star Game in favor of an international event overseas, trying to get more attention around the world to the National Hockey League. So in the not-too-distant future, they may pull the All-Star Game, which is interesting, going to an international game, because the National Hockey League has opted to not send players to the next Winter Olympics, which is the biggest international stage for hockey, period, but they're not going to let the National Hockey League do that. The IOC, the International Olympic Committee, won't allow the NHL to directly market its own brand at the Olympics or take a share of the revenue that comes with letting players participate. So ultimately, the National Hockey League decided it wasn't worth shutting down their season for more than 2 weeks to let players compete in the Olympics, and instead they've decided to focus their international efforts elsewhere, including, as we said, an international All-Star Game overseas in the future for the National Hockey League. NBA winners last night: Detroit, Indiana, Orlando, Washington, the Milwaukee Bucks, Memphis, Atlanta, Utah, San Antonio, Portland, and Houston all get wins last night in the NBA. National Hockey League: LA over Montreal 5-1. Blues skate past the Blackhawks 5-2, and Toronto doubles up Detroit on the ice 6-3 last night in the National Hockey League. Tonight, the Predators, we said, they will skate in Philadelphia against the Flyers for the National Hockey League. What else going on in sports again on this Thursday? We are again live from Champion Chevrolet in the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City. And so we are here. Of course, we'll be back tonight, as we said, for the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Ezekiel Elliott's latest attempt to delay his 6-game suspension actually worked. He has been granted an injunction. He will get a chance to go ahead and play. And so he will be playing this week, of course. According to CBS Sports Radio, he'll be eligible to play against the 49ers on Sunday and the Redskins in week number 8. If Elliott's suspension is enforced after week 8, he would miss games against the Chiefs, the Falcons, the Eagles, the Chargers, the Redskins, the Giants. Who cares? National Football League. There is a game tonight. My team's playing, but I'm not following them anymore. The Raiders are hosting the Chiefs tonight in Oakland. And again, we go back to who cares for the National Football League, and I don't. So there you go. That's what's going on there. What else happening in sports? We will tell you as we come back from the break. Actually, we'll jump in and go right now and tell you that last night and yesterday, South Green's Lady Rebels are still alive, playing in the state volleyball tournament. Tennessee High is over. Sullivan South got eliminated by Camden High School, but South Green's still playing. In fact, they're playing for the championship. They'll do that this afternoon. And let's reference this particular, the Kingsport Times News, and tell you that the volleyball state championship is going on at noon. Berean Christian taking on South Green for the single-A state championship, and AA Knox Catholic takes on Portland, and the AAA state volleyball tournament championship, Brentwood takes on Ravenwood. So good luck to the South Green Lady Rebels, the only team still standing, and so they'll try and bring back the state championship today from Murfreesboro. Soccer tonight, Science Hill hosts Bearden for the Region 1 AAA Girls Soccer Championship. We had Coach Strickland on yesterday, or actually Tuesday we had him on, and we were at Movement Mortgage. So good luck to Coach Strickland and the Science Hill Lady Hilltoppers tonight, taking on Bearden. In the AA final, Greenville will be hosting Seymour, and in the single A, Chucky Doak's Black Knights will go to Alcoa. So good luck to Science Hill, Greenville, and Chucky Doak from our neck of the woods here for the regional soccer championships. That will, of course, give you a chance by playing today. We'll play in the sub-state or the sectional on Saturday. If you win that game, of course, you move on to the state tournament next week in Murfreesboro. So good luck to those teams, very much representing us here. Science Hill, AAA soccer, Greenville in AA soccer, and Chucky Doak in single A soccer playing in the regional championships coming up tonight. High school football tonight. One game to tell you about: Unaka at Hampton. Tomorrow night, Cherokee at Tennessee High, Claiborne at Cumberland Gap. Also tomorrow night, you got Cloudland at Johnson County, Cocke County at Morristown East, Crockett and Boone, the Musket Bowl in Gray tomorrow night. You have Granger in Greenville, Happy Valley at West Green, Hardin Valley at Bearden. Science Hill, final game of the season. They got an open date next week, a regular season. Science Hill hosting Jeff County tomorrow night, Jellicoe at Cosby. Dobbins Minute playing host to Morristown West. Sullivan Central, the Cougars at Union County. Sullivan North will be at Sullivan East tomorrow night. Sullivan South will be in Elizabeth, and that's probably the game of the week here in the region. Twin Springs, they'll be at North Green. Twin Springs out of Virginia, crossing the state line to play at North Green. Open dates this week: Chucky Doak, Farragut, South Green, Unicoi County, and Volunteer. In Virginia for tomorrow night, Abington, the Falcons at Ridgeview. Castlewood at J.I. Burton. Eastside at Chilhowie. Gate City, the Blue Devils trying to get a win at John Battle. Lehigh, Wise Central, Twin Valley at Rye Cove, and Union and Thomas Walker, they have the week off in Southwest Virginia. As we told you, baseball tonight, you've got the NLCS, the National League Championship Series tonight. You've got the Dodgers and the Cubbies at Dodger Stadium. Again tonight, you've got Clayton Kershaw against Jose Quintana. And so that's going on tonight. The American League traveling, they'll play tomorrow night in Houston. Severino goes for the Yankees, and Justin Verlander goes for the Houston Astros tomorrow night. That'll be going on, obviously, as we said, happening in Houston. So that's what's happening there. Again, on this Thursday. And by the way, we always dedicate our show. Carmichael came here early so we can get a chance to do it. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross, unashamedly do that. Here's the verse of the day. We always have a verse. Psalm 23 says, I'm with you always. I will always be holding your hand. I will guide you with my counsel, take you into my glory. I am the strength of your heart and your portion forever. Read that again. I am with you always. I will always be holding your hand. I will guide you with my counsel, take you into my glory. I'm the strength of your heart and your portion forever. And that's the verse of the day to get us rolling here, even though we're kind of deep into the show. Anytime's a good day. Anytime is a good time, rather than the show, to quote Scripture, because that's who the show is all about. We dedicate to the man who hung on the cross, who did it for me, and we unashamedly do that. Now, if you're a hunter person, let's run back down these for you, because this is what's going on out of the woods right now in the great state of Tennessee. Grouse season cranked up this week, goes until February. That's a daily bag limit of 3 grouse in Tennessee. Also, if you're a hunter person, dove season's open until November the 5th. 15 daily bag limit for doves here in Tennessee. Also, you have deer season going on right now, archery deer season in Tennessee. Also, let's see, where else? Got more of them back through here. Bear season. Bear's up and running, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I read where bear season. Yep. Bear hunting right now. It is archery season for bear until October the 20th. Gun and muzzleloader will start at the end of the month and go for 3 or 4 days in Tennessee. But right now, it is archery season for bear with no dogs until October the 20th here in our region. And also turkey season now till the 27th of October. The fall turkey season, that's for archery. Also, the shotgun turkey season is up and running, so you can harvest turkeys with shotguns until the 27th of October. So you got a couple of days to do that. So that's what's going on in the woods of Tennessee right now, the hunting season. That's provided to us by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency. Hey, coming up tomorrow, going to be live at Mike's Medicine Mart in Kingsport. It's the 28th anniversary sale, SALE celebration. Again, they got all kinds of giveaways. They got all kinds of things you can buy. There's going to be product discounted all day long. It's a one-day celebration, their 28th anniversary, and so we'll be there broadcasting live tomorrow, getting ready for the big weekend of sports at Mike's Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport. The 28th anniversary celebration. And I thought it was pretty cool. Yesterday, Barry was on the show. Dr. Walton said the first day they opened, there was a snowstorm in Kingsport back in October 28 years ago. So we'll be there tomorrow. Mike's Medicine Mart, the 28th anniversary of their particular store. And we're looking forward to hanging out over there. Next week, let's see where we're going to be. We're loaded for Barry next week. On Monday, we're going to be at Freddy's in North Johnson City. Tuesday at Bracken Paving. Wednesday, we're going to be at Movement Mortgage. Next Thursday, right back here at Champion. And next Friday, it's Midnight Madness sale. Will be at Food City on Eastman Road in Kingsport. So the next week is booked up solid. In fact, we're booked all the way through Thanksgiving now. We've got shows every day booked up, and we appreciate that. More and more folks wanting us to bring the show to their location. So we're excited about that. And again, tomorrow we'll be at Mike's Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport. Quick break. We'll carry on. Dave Onge due to join us coming up here in a few minutes. We're live again at Champion Chevrolet. Show number 617 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at FCA.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Now available Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. The Hash Brown Scramble, the first breakfast bowl with Chick-fil-A. The Hash Brown Scramble, a hearty breakfast option made with Chick-fil-A signature tot-style hash browns, scrambled eggs, a Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese blend, and a choice of sliced Chick-fil-A nuggets or sausage. Served with jalapeno salsa, the scramble can be enjoyed in a bowl or as a burrito. The Hash Brown Scramble Bowl, 30 grams of protein when made with nuggets. The bowl and burrito start at $3.49. Served until 10:30 every morning, Monday through Saturday. The Hash Brown Scramble or burrito, again at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City.
I'm Tom Taylor, and you are
Dave Angie.
And we got coming up, it's a really cool, every Thursday, it's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Get you ready for high school and college football every week. Every Thursday, you're going to be covering what for us?
Be looking at the Big East Conference.
Ooh, that would be Dobbinsville, Science Hill, and all those great football teams in that conference. Doug Fritz will be giving you the rest of the high school football picture every week. Then we got colleges covered. Who are we going to be covering?
We got ETSU. We have Tennessee. We have Virginia Tech.
All those. Carmichael's will be along to give us the big 5 games every week because it is a 5-star football preview show. So hope you'll join us every Thursday right here in the showroom at Champion Chevrolet. Dave and I will be co-hosting the Champion Chevrolet 5-star football preview. And then on top of all that, we're going to have a picking panel where you're going to match us against you and you against us, and I can't wait because they don't have a chance. You're going to go up against us. We're going to pick against you for some really cool prizes, and they don't have a chance, do they?
No chance at all. It's going to be fun times.
Oh, yeah. Putting toe to what?
Toe to the leather, man.
Toe to the leather,
Ready
man.
to go.
Ready to go. Can't wait. Again, join us every Thursday right here. It's a Maiden Voyage Cool Show, co-hosted by Dave Angie and myself. It's the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview coming up every Thursday right here from Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Can't wait to see you on the show. Here's the co-host. He's here with us, and my man's in the house, Dave Angie. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I messed something up a minute ago, though. I got to tell a story on myself if you got a minute.
Absolutely. What'd you do?
So I was at the house. Me and Fiona, we've been building puzzles together. That's our big thing. We do that in the evening, so we knocked out like a 500-piece puzzle. We're like, we're going to do a 1,000-piece puzzle, So got the coffee table there in the living room. Got it about, I'd say we probably had about 500 pieces of it put together, about halfway done. So I go lumbering in there today with a cup of coffee. I go to put it down, and the cup was a little bit slipped. Spilled it all over that puzzle. So when she gets off the bus this afternoon,
it ain't gonna be good.
No, I'm enjoying my last few hours.
Daddy, what did you do? She'll chew on you, won't she?
That's not what's gonna come out of her mouth.
Now, does Mrs. Anya know what you did?
I just called her. I had to call her to fess up. I said, just in case you come home and see the puzzle's not there, I don't want a phone call from you. I want you to know now, because I'm gonna get enough of it later. You're gonna have to help me with damage control, this afternoon. So
the little one's gonna be all over you.
Yeah.
Like a duck on a June bug. Bad.
Yeah. I'm like the place kicker that. I mean, the team goes 98 yards down the field, back-breaking work. Then they set up the field goal kicker, and he yanks it left. I'm that guy, so it's going to be a long bus ride home, so to speak. So,
be a little cool tonight at the Angie house when you get there.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. I'm going to go buy something at the store somewhere.
Yeah. Take it to
maybe
Chick-fil-A.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Or Ice Dream. Yeah.
Ice Dream.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to this is going to cost me.
Yeah, or take her to Freddy's. They got that pumpkin pie concrete thing going on. We're going to be over there Monday broadcasting live at Freddy's, so you can always. Freddy's always kind of seems like an ice cream kind of soothes those sore open wounds. So.
Oh man, Freddy's too, fantastic.
Yeah.
They make those little Oreo cookie sandwiches. Have you ever had one of those?
Oh
man.
We need to come by there Monday and have lunch.
Hey, I will.
My treat.
Absolutely, I'll be there.
Well, make sure I'm telling you right.
Let's write it down.
Did I say Freddy's?
If you're there Monday, I'll be there Monday. Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Winner, Freddy's dinner. There you go. My man Dave Angie's in the house. So where do we start? Let's start baseball. How about the Yankees? These guys are, they're resilient. They're heading off to Houston with the lead, 3-2.
Yeah, it reminds everybody.
About the Yankees.
I think it's dead even, which is odd to say after you watch New York win 3 games in a row the way they did. But I think that Houston in the back of their mind thinks, okay, we go back home. They're a different team when they come into our place to play, and we're a different team when we play here, just because they were equally as dominant in those first 2 games as the Yankees have been in the last 3. So now the margin of error is a little more slim for Houston right now, because this is a win-or-go-home game coming up for them, whereas the Yankees, they got 2 games to get it done. So, they really loosened up in New York. They need to stay loose, especially in this game where they're pretty much playing with house money. If they lose, they go to a Game 7. If they win it, they get it done. So I think that might give them the slightest of advantages.
You look at the Houston offense again. We're talking to Dave Angie here on the screen here. He'll be with us again tonight for the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. If you've not watched it, you got to check it out. These guys do a phenomenal job providing lots of information for high school and college football. We've got Carmichael again tonight, the top 5 college football games of the week. Doug Fritz with the high school football picks and what he thinks is going to happen this week. Of course, Dave will break down the Region 1 6A, the Big East Conference, week 9 of the season. Chris McCall will be down from upstairs. He works here at Champion. Huge Hokie fan, previewing the Hokies in North Carolina on Saturday afternoon. And then you also have Kevin Harmon in to talk about what should be a butt whooping in Tuscaloosa. So all that's coming up tonight, 6 o'clock right here. And, of course, the show, we ask you to like it and share it. And, of course, it's out there to be archived, to be watched over and over again, and folks do. So we would encourage you to be with us and give it a whirl and check us out. If you've never watched it, it's a really cool show. I just kind of get out of the way and introduce all these guys because they do a phenomenal job of here she is here. Good. Would you like to summon her down, please, sir? That would be great. Good way to end the show with the beauty. Astros offense, Dave Angie, regular season, they led the American League in averaging 5 runs a game, hits, doubles, average on-base percentage, slugging, striking out the fewest, and second of the league in home runs. In the 4 ALDS games, Astros scored 24 runs and 8 home runs.
Yeah.
So far against the Yankees, as a team, batting 153. Yeah. 9 runs scored total and 1 home run. So do you credit the bats going silent because the bats are going silent because the Yankee pitching? Is that good?
It's the thing about it is in the postseason you're facing a good arm every night. You don't have any of those games where you're facing the 4th or 5th starter. Those just don't exist. You don't have a game where you're either up or a team's down by a lot and they just throw some guys out there to get them to eat up some innings. You don't get any of that. I mean, it's all there's no filler at all when you're facing these pitching staffs. And some teams and some people adapt to that better than others. Looking over at the National League with Puig, he's a guy during the regular season had a lot of careless at bats. He swung the bat a lot at about everything. He gets to the postseason and he gets real selective. There's something that just suits him about postseason baseball. He understands what a premium there is on every at bat and every pitch you see, and as a result, he's looking at more pitches. He's getting more pitches per at bat than anybody in the entire postseason. So some people adapt to that quicker. I think the Yankees hitters, after those first 2 games, they seem to really adapted to what you have to do in the postseason. You have to grind out at bats. You have to foul the ball off and get the pitch you like, and put it in play. And it's just a different from regular season to postseason. Night and day difference. Some teams, some players adapt better than others. I thought obviously the Astros did very well in the first 2 games, but they're going to have to return to that. They're going to have to hope the change of venue, kind of helps them quite a bit. They have to hope that this trial takes place out of the judge's jurisdiction because that guy's tearing the cover off the ball since he got back to New York.
We're here live at Champion Chevrolet where the 2018 tracks are $4,500 off MSRP. These are the new ones, not the 17s. The 2018 Chevrolet tracks are $4,500 off MSRP as soon as you walk through the door here at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City. It's Truck Month continuing, of course. And don't forget the 2017 Silverado Crew Cab All-Stars, $11,000 off MSRP. As soon as you walk through these doors here on the Bristol Highway Motor Mile, there's $11,000 right off the sticker. That's really hard to believe. I mean, as soon as you open that door, boom, you're $11,000 to the good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
That's wonderful. You're not going to find that in very many places. There's a lot of places, and I go shop sometimes. I just run down to the store. And when I crack the door, I'm automatically spending $50 because I go in there and find a bunch of stuff. So yeah, when you can come to a place where you're coming in ahead, you got to take advantage of that.
You look tense. I keep looking at you. This puzzle thing's really got you worked up.
I was working through in my mind because I'm gonna have to have something by the time she gets off the bus.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait and bring her to Freddy's. No. I mean, I'm gonna probably have to do that anyway.
You're gonna have to dance a jig.
But they'll have to
ASAP.
be. I'll have to have something. Hey, look at this. You've been wanting this for a while. Oh, by the way,
yes.
That's how you got to do it.
Let's go and work on the puzzle, Daddy.
About that.
Yeah.
About that.
Did you trip and fall? Is that what happened?
No, I mean, I just, you see in football sometimes, running backs that, the ball security,
yes.
my mug security.
Mug security was not good.
My mug security was not good. I didn't have it locked in there, and
slop
and it
coffee
came out.
Over the puzzle.
It came out, man. I'll tell you, it was like slow motion. It's cascading. Coffee was cascading. So I normally drink it out of this thing.
Yep.
This thing here, I mean, you can't really mess that up. But I had a cup.
The one day you did.
Yeah, the one day. Yeah.
What kind of puzzle was it? Like a Mickey Mouse puzzle, or what were you guys putting together?
It was like 1,000-piece. It may have even been 1,500 of Disney World. So we had the sky, which is the hardest part to do. You know how that is. All those pieces are blue, Tom. So we get through that, and we're like, okay, we're going to knock this last part out.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Now they're all coffee colored.
Colored.
And they're in the bottom of a bag. So
a bag.
Yeah.
Soon to go out to the trash.
Yeah, soon.
We'll start over.
That'll have to go out before I get home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll be even worse.
Where's the puzzle, Daddy? Can we fix it? Can we save it? No.
No.
Are you hungry, honey? Do you want to go to Freddy's? Do you
want
to go?
Yeah.
You want to get an ice cream? Let's get an ice cream. I want to do the puzzle.
I'm pretty much over the barrel right now.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm even getting a little nervous. It's not even about me, so a little tension there at the Owanji house because he messed up the puzzle. But well.
If I don't make it back for the show tonight,
I got you. I was
you know what happened.
I should be getting ready, getting Andy warmed up in the bullpen here because you may not be back. Speaking of the bullpens, let's take a look at the other side. Again, we're talking to Dave Onge. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet for a few more minutes. The Cubs defeat the Dodgers 3-1 last night. Best of 7 out of 3 games to 1. Trying to they'll head back off to Houston to pitch tonight. You've got Verlander going against Jose Quintana, and so that's your matchup tonight. Jake Arrieta last night, 6 2/3, struck out 9. 5 walks, allowed 3 hits in a run. Pretty good performance by Arrieta, which they needed. More than likely, his last appearance as a Cub, he's going to be a free agent. I'm sure he's going to move on. Maybe the Cubs can re-sign him. But Cubs offense, interestingly enough, every run they've had in this series come off of home runs.
Yeah.
Which is not a good sign.
Yeah, it really isn't. It shows that they're not stringing hits together, and you really have to. The worrisome sign for the Cubs is the fact that guys like Rizzo and Bryant, and you look at that order. They're not putting hits together like they did last year for whatever reason. And, it happens to teams. I think that when you look at all of everything's swirling around the Cubs in terms of what they accomplished last year and how long they had to play. And I think it really took a mental toll on them, and it's really hard to come back and defend it in any situation. You don't see a lot of teams repeat as World Series champions. You know, you had that trend a while back where the San Francisco Giants would win a World Series one year, they wouldn't play very well the next, and then they'd come back. It was like every other year they were winning a World Series. And I think that speaks to how long the season goes now with all these different postseason series and the way it's spread out. You know, you play a lot of baseball if you're going to be a world champ, and coming back the next year can be really, really tough there. And I think that's taken a toll on the Cubs. Now, they had a good second half, but they have some fundamental problems with this team as well. You look at the bullpen and the way they issue walks. Carl Edwards Jr. the other night walking the pitcher with the bases loaded. Couldn't get a ball in the strike zone at that at bat. It was a 4-pitch walk, you know, and that cost them a game there that puts them down 3-0. That wasn't the Cubs team last year. It's just a complete different deal. I think you're right. Arrieta's going to go on. He'll be somewhere else next year. Truth be told, I think the Cubs got about all the good out of him. I think, you know, he might be a little bit past his prime at this point in terms of how he was pitching 2 years ago and even into last year. There were times he was unhittable. But they're going to need to figure out that pitching staff, be sure they have everything locked in, and then fix the bullpen a little bit. Just minor tweaks, and then I think they're going to be in good shape. They got a lot in the minor leagues, and they're going to be a good team. But, yeah, I don't see them getting it done against Los Angeles, and the biggest reason is they walk too many people, and there's not enough margin for error when you're down 3-1 at this point to be able to win a series when you walk people the way that the Cubs have.
Baseball teams who take a 3-1 lead into the best-of-7 series win the thing 84% of the time. Yeah. How about that? And, of course, they're going up against Clayton Kershaw, who should be odds-on favorite to win the Cy Young in the National League. So he could lay an egg like Keuchel did last night, but I don't think so for the Astros. So Kershaw and the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium, 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time against Jose Quintana, trying to stave off elimination by the Chicago Cubs. And as we said, Houston and New York traveling today. They'll play tomorrow night at Minute Maid Park in Houston. With Luis Severino will go for the Yankees, and Justin Verlander goes for the Houston Astros.
Here's one more thing about the Cubs, too, is Wade Davis, after throwing 2 innings last night, so many pitches, he's not available for this game. So when your closer's not available in a must-win baseball game, another bad sign there. And, you know, Madden said it best, just to sum it up. He said, you can manage around a lot of things in baseball. You cannot manage around walks, because when you give somebody a free base, I mean, there's really, you know, especially when you're doing it at the rate the Cubs are, there's nothing you can do about that. When the ball's put into play, you can shade your defense a certain way, or you can do certain things to try to maximize your opportunity to get out of an inning. But when you're putting them on there for free, there's no way to get around that.
The pick-and panel, you got until midnight tonight. Raymond Tankersley won it for the second consecutive week. Tankersley went 9 for 10 last week from Kingsport. The only one he missed, ironically enough, was the Tennessee game. He took the balls, and so he probably regrets that. If he'd have gone a perfect 10, I'd have to give him something a little extra. As it is, he wins $25. Eugene Jeffers of Greenville's a previous winner. Tracy Clark from Kingsport. Brenda Byram from Elizabethton. Tony Briggs from Elizabethton. Jerry McNeil from Elizabethton. Now Raymond Tankersley from Kingsport. So you can play. All you got to do is go to TomTaylorSports.com/football, and we are about to tell you what you need to do as far as the picking panel, because we got it down here. This guy, he knows exactly. We went 8 for 10 last week, did we not?
I believe we did.
On the picking panel. So
so basically, as my kid would say, you know, spoiler alert. You know, my kid says that a lot before somebody gives away what happens at the end of a movie or something. She says, spoiler alert, in case somebody hasn't seen it. So if you guys don't want to know the results of this week's games, don't listen to us, because, you know, we're getting ready to spoil it for you, because we know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. South Elizabethton Cyclones.
Elizabethton.
Yeah. Cyclones.
Kudos to South, man. They locked up a playoff spot. Mm-hmm. They're about due for that. They've had some bad luck injury-wise, and they've dodged that this year, but the Cyclones are going to hit them hard.
15 years in a row they'd gone to the playoffs and had a 2-year drought. They're back, to Justin Hilton's credit, and Sam Haney and all the great coaching staff at Sullivan South are playing tomorrow night at Elizabethton senior night, final home game for the Cyclones. If you're going with us, take the Cyclones. Musket Bowl, Crockett at Boone. Who do we like?
That's a tough football game. I think it's going to be highly competitive because of the fact that Crockett through the air can be really, really dangerous. I think Boone's forte is kind of stopping running teams. They're going to have to dial it up. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Boone, they're going to be at home. I think, obviously, the coaching situation be what it is. I think Boone's going to have just enough to get it done, but that's going to be an entertaining ball game.
Taking the Trailblazers. Also, you've got Cherokee at Tennessee High at the Stone Castle. This one's big in the playoff picture for both of these teams. I think they're both in. Now we're playing for home field advantage. You're taking the Chiefs on the road or the Vikings at the Stone Castle?
I got to take the Vikings at home, and I've been really impressed in my mind how they've gotten better as the season's gone along. So, I'm picking Tennessee High, but that's going to be another good ball game.
All right. Sullivan North at Sullivan East. Who do we take there?
Oh, boy. Man, oh, man. Sullivan North has impressed me lately.
I'm almost going to go North. They went to Happy Valley last week and beat a good Happy Valley team on their field.
I'm taking North because East is a little bit young, and I think North's going to get it done. That's going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Cloudland up on the mountain tomorrow night. Mountain City. Could be a little cool up there. Should be. It's October. But Cloudland at Johnson County tomorrow night.
Cloudland at Johnson County.
Two ranked teams.
I'm going Johnson County.
Okay.
I'm going Johnson County in that, but don't be surprised if Mike Lunsford can dial something up offensively to get it done. But I'm tremendously impressed with those boys in Mountain City.
Picking panel here. You want to ride with the two-headed monster, the winners. You want to go Elizabethton, Tennessee High, Daniel Boone, Sullivan North, Johnson County. That's who we think. All right. College picks. Your boys in Penn State. Is it Saturday night? It is Saturday night game. Yep, night game. Up there in Penn State country, Nittany Lion country. You've got Michigan, 5-1, 19th ranked. Wolverines at Penn State, 6-0, number 2 in the country.
I'm not going to say too much about this other than I have to pick Penn State just
He's
because
already in trouble with the puzzle.
I have to play the percentages. I have to play the percentages and pick Penn State. And I might be taking a lot of medicine this week. I'm going to have to deal with the fallout of the puzzle, and I might have to watch Michigan go into Penn State and take a loss. Offensively, I just have to go with quarterback play, and there's too much of a disparity at quarterback for me to pick Michigan. Now, I think there's a scenario Michigan could win this game, but the odds are so long I can't pick them.
11th ranked Southern Cal, 6-1 at number 13 Notre Dame on Saturday evening at South Bend. The Fighting Irish, or are you taking the Trojans on the road? Which one we taking?
I can't pick Penn State and Notre Dame the same week, so I'm going with USC. And I really think that, again, looking at quarterback play, I think, they've got a great quarterback at USC. And I was impressed with them being able to hold off Utah. That's a tough game for them. And I think that they're going to get it done. They're going to win.
Oklahoma State, 10th ranked in the country. The Cowboys at 5-1 at Texas, 3-3. They're coming off a loss to Oklahoma. So do you take the Longhorns in Austin at 3-3 or Oklahoma State on the road? Who do we take?
This is going to be a good game. I'm going to watch this one. What time's that one on?
That will be a 12 o'clock kickoff.
Okay, you know where I'll be at 12 o'clock. That's going to be a fun one to watch. I'm going to take Oklahoma State in this one. I'm a believer in them. I really love what they're doing at Texas. People, if you want to beat Texas, you got to do it this year because Herman's going to get it done there. Yep. He's a great recruiter in the state of Louisiana and Texas down there. He's going to bring talent in to add what they've done, but I'm really impressed. But right now, Oklahoma State's just good enough.
Take Penn State. Take Southern Cal, take Oklahoma State if you're picking and you want to pick winners, and you win $25 by doing it. We can't win, obviously, but you can by going to the site we told you a few minutes ago. Kentucky at Mississippi State. I'm going to cast my vote. I like the Wildcats on the road. I think Kentucky, they're second right now in the conference.
You read my mind.
In the Southeastern Conference, Kentucky's at 2-1, 5-1 overall. Mississippi State 1-2 and 4-2.
Yep.
And it'll be a 4 o'clock kickoff. We taking the Wildcats?
Taking the Wildcats, yeah. I agree with that one. And, Kentucky, Mississippi State had that win there over LSU, got everybody excited. Then everybody readjusted their evaluation of where LSU's at. Now, they've improved as well. It's kind of a lot of up and down in the SEC, but percentages say Kentucky. I agree with that.
Taking Kentucky. Last one we're going to pick on the picking panel, and you can go there and do the same. The Louisville Cardinals in Tallahassee to battle the Florida State Seminoles. We taking the Noles at home and the Cardinals on the road.
These are a couple of flawed football teams here. Teams that really just have struggled. I think Florida State's bounced back a little bit. From early in the season when they lost their quarterback. I think that took a toll the first couple games for them, and they're starting to get a little bit better. Louisville is a team I thought was riding really high until they got knocked off really bad by Clemson, and I don't know if they've recovered. So they're kind of in the middle. But I think that again, I'm going quarterback play. Louisville's going to be able to get it done.
Louisville 4-3, Florida State 2-3. It's a noon kickoff at Doak Campbell Stadium.
Lamar Jackson.
We're taking Cardinals.
Yep, we'll take the Cardinals.
All right.
A lot of good football this week, though.
Oh, yes.
This was the toughest week I think we've picked so far.
Yep. Got some tough ones. Michigan, Penn State. Take Penn State, which pains him to do that because he's a huge Wolverine fan. Southern Cal, Notre Dame taking the Trojans. Oklahoma State, Texas taking the Cowboys. Kentucky at Mississippi State taking the Wildcats. And Louisville, Florida State. So out of the 5 college games, we're picking 4 of them, the road teams. So that tells you we're stepping out there on the limb, because typically home teams are the percentage-wise usually the winners, but we're going out on the limb, but you go with us because we don't make mistakes. We're good.
We're pretty good. We're pretty good. Sometimes we spill coffee, but when it comes to picking football games,
we're going back on there at 6 o'clock. I'm really anticipating about 5:50 going, can't make it. It's going to get 3 words, can't make it. ... puzzle.
Just watch the 5:30 news.
Andy Dietrich will be the co-host tonight, because it's going to be can't make it, comma, puzzle.
Yeah.
And so
just pull up the JHL website. See child on rampage,
Father running from child on rampage, throwing pieces of puzzle at him. So there you go. And now can Mama, can she get in and kind of mediate this thing? Can she kind of...
She'll try to help.
Yeah, kind of hedge it a little bit.
She'll take Fiona aside, and she'll say, "Sweetie, yeah, let me tell you about this. Has been years and years of this. That she said, yeah.
Let me tell you about your daddy.
Not the first time I've spilled a little coffee. So I don't know.
This ain't his first rodeo. No. So there you go. See you tonight.
We hope.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Yes, we'll be here. Everybody, watch it, like it, share it. That's a big thing, because it's a lot of information. Like Tom says, has everything to do with the folks coming in here, because the experts we have on the phone talking football, you're not gonna. I mean, you'll be college, high school, you'll know all about it when it comes up this weekend. So
you got it.
Yes, like it, share it.
Like it and share it. We'll take a quick break, come back and wrap this thing up. We're live at Champion Chevrolet on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at FCA.org.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Now available Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. The Hash Brown Scramble, the first breakfast bowl with Chick-fil-A. The Hash Brown Scramble, a hearty breakfast option made with Chick-fil-A's signature tot-style hash browns, scrambled eggs, a Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese blend, and a choice of sliced Chick-fil-A nuggets or sausage. Served with jalapeno salsa, the scramble can be enjoyed in a bowl or as a burrito. The Hash Brown Scramble Bowl, 30 grams of protein when made with nuggets. The bowl and burrito start at $3.49. Served until 10:30 every morning, Monday through Saturday. The Hash Brown Scramble or burrito, again at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are wrapping this puppy up and come back at 6 o'clock tonight for the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show. Big thanks to Tiffany Willis, who came by from Mountain States Foundation. You can come by here and win hopefully win a car with a $50 ticket for the raffle. That'll be coming up with the Nice Wonder Children's Hospital. Again, Champion Chevrolet giving away a Traverse, a Silverado, or a Cadillac ATS for you to win on January the 27th. Tiffany came by and talked about that. Also, Shannon Phipps from Hardy's Classic stopped by. It's hard to believe it's not that far away. Dave Angie always stopping by. And, of course, my man Clayton Screams in the house today. So we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Like us and share us, please. We appreciate that. And hello to Christian Trivet and also to Rebecca Grindstaff and Joel Ragsdale and Vince Red, some of the folks that are on. We appreciate that, checking us out today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Back with you at 6 o'clock tonight with the Champion Chevrolet 5-Star Football Preview Show, previewing Tennessee, Alabama, Virginia Tech, North Carolina. The Bucks are off this week. We'll also preview all the high school games with Doug Fritz from the Johnson City Press. Dave Angie back to preview the Big East, which includes Science Hill and Dobbins Minute. And Carmichael with the top 5 college football games of the week. All that and a whole lot more coming up again tonight. So come back and join us. And until then, we will tell you, as always, from Champion Chevrolet, inside the studio, inside the showroom of Champion Chevrolet, we are out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. And as always, we'll tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. Back at 6 o'clock tonight. Until then, so long, everybody.